Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about potential interest rate cut, and also Jack Dorsey may be replaced by another CEO, which is anti-Bitcoin. And also, I'm going to update the coronavirus as well. And before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so don't miss out the upcoming token swap or token stacking. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, library.tv, and patreon.com as well. For library.tv, it's basically a decentralized YouTube. So you can earn library token just by joining library.tv or watching the videos. If you're interested, you can click the link below. Also, you can follow me on Patreon. I post a video about essential vitamins for preventing coronavirus, COVID-19. I never talk about that in YouTube channel because then I may potentially got banned. And so that's why I posted in my Patreon group. If you're my Patreon member, you can check this video out. And let's talk about the potential rate cut, interest rate cut. So right now, because of the coronavirus, last week the stock markets got dumped, right? And because of this, of course, right now Goldman basically they're saying that the Fed is going to cut interest rate by the end of Q2, and basically they're saying that they're expecting to cut 4 times by the end of Q2, and basically just keep on printing money, quantitative easing, and all that thing. And not only the Federal Reserve, that will be a coordinated effort from different countries around the world to keep on quantitative easing, supporting the stock market. Basically, well, right now around the world, the stock market is not doing well. But anyway, that's why they need to do that. This is just continued perpetuation of the pumping the stock market. So I think I expect because of this, probably the stock market will keep pumping until the upcoming election cycle. I'm not that surprised. Just like the inverted yield curve, right? Even if you follow my channel, I talk about inverted yield curve multiple times in my video. Even though the curve was inverted back in August 2019, this doesn't mean that the stock market is going to crash the next day or next few months. It takes about probably 18 to 24 months for the collapse. So this is just based on historical data. So right now, if they keep pumping to the market, I anticipate the stock market probably will go higher. And before there will be a grand finale. So we'll see how it goes. And they anticipate the Fed to have a 75 basis point cut by June. And of course, starting with a 25 basis point cut on March 18. And basically, there's a statement from Chairman Powell on last Friday, talk about the Federal Reserve is closely monitoring the development and will use all the tools and as needed to support the economy. That basically hinting probably rate cut. That is even before the next FOMC meeting, which is March 17. So, so you can see that basically the high chances right now the Fed fund rate is basically above 0, and so there's a high chances that the interest rate will go to negative territory around the time of election. Well, that is fine, right? Even though they inverted the yield curve, they can still manipulate by doing all this thing. Just I think when they inverted, they tried to manipulate it. Anyway, this is just so sad. I mean, things are not that simple as most of the people think. And Goldman is basically forecasting rate cut by most of the G10 country. Of course, the central banker from different countries are going to continue easing. So 100 basis point cut in Canada, 50 basis point in UK, Australia, New Zealand, Norway, India, South Korea, 10 basis point in Euro area, and Switzerland. So we'll see how it goes. So I anticipate they keep on pumping all the liquidity. in the stock market, and the stock market probably will go higher. But I could be wrong as well. You never know. So the next stock we're going to talk about. So let me know what you think about this. Do you think the Fed is going to continue to do quantitative easing with the interest rate cut? That will be a more easy money policy with all this cheap money floating around. They probably put the money in the stock market, right? I guess. And Twitter CEO Dorsey may be replaced by another CEO because I think like Paul Singer basically is anti-Bitcoin, and he is the biggest investor in Twitter. So he talked to the board. He want to nominate for director to the Twitter board, and I don't know if he's going to be replaced by another CEO. So we don't know. And don't forget, he's also the CEO of Square. And Square has incorporated Bitcoin into the payment system, right? And in terms of revenue, the total revenue from Square is, let's see, for Square is, I saw something about, okay, the total revenue from Square is around 135 million, of which 125 million was Bitcoin generated. Ooh, it's almost like 90%, right? From the Bitcoin transactions. Okay, that's interesting. Let me know what you think. Do you think Jack Dorsey is going to be replaced by another anti-Bitcoin director or whatever CEO? So the next stop we're going to talk about, of course, the coronavirus. Yeah, there's so many things happening, and of course, whenever I talk about coronavirus, in terms of monetization, it's all yellow, 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 right? But if I don't talk about coronavirus, my monetization is green. That's been no problem. So if you're new to the channel, you know why, right? So because Facebook, Amazon, Google all get together with the World Health Organization to try to control what information put out there in the social media. That's why, yeah. So Google own YouTube, so that's why we need a decentralized YouTube, right? So we cannot just rely on one or two platforms. Those platforms are very centralized at this time. And of course, somebody tweeting about this. This is pretty cool, right? Not cool, actually, sorry. China, when you transport an infected person, so they all wear hazmat suit. And in Italy, same thing with goggles, N95, everything is covering up. And you can see they're in a bubble, the bubble plastic tube. And in the US, I think they are just on the stretcher, unfortunately. And what happened to this? She wear N95, fine, but she does not have a goggle. She was wearing a surgical mask. This is totally no, because this is a infected patient. It's highly contagious. And she's also just wear a surgical mask. And it's better to wear gowns as well, right? So I hope they wash their clothing before they get to the door, get to their house. They should like take a shower or whatever. That is totally contagious, seriously, because they can live on the surface probably 4 days for the clothing. I think in the stainless steel they can live up to 9 days or something like that. In plastic, I don't know how many days. I can't remember. I just read the study. So different surface area, they can live. They can live on those surface area for different time frame depending on the surface. Even they live on the paper or plastic. Oh, this is crazy. Anyway, so the paramedics, he's smart. He has a goggles and also he has a N95. It's fine. Did he wear gloves? I don't think he wear gloves. Oh no, he should wear gloves, right? Isn't it? So look at this. I mean, oh dear. And this guy wear N95, but does he have goggles? I'm not sure. Maybe glasses. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. Do you think this is kind of disturbing? Because this is the nursing home. I think it's the nursing home in the state of Washington. Remember that nursing home has an outbreak? Almost, I don't know how many people. There's a lot of people got infected. The residents, the elderly got infected. The healthcare worker tested positive as well. So this is pretty highly contagious. But then the way they wear the healthcare worker, they don't protect themselves. They expose themselves or something. I don't know. This is so sad. This is in the US, unfortunately. one thing I want to mention about those hazmat suit is you have to know how to degang it, because if you don't degang it properly, then you may got exposed. So so when so they should have a proper procedure how to deground this hazmat suit, because this creates a false sense of security, thinking you're safe with all goggles, N95, and a hazmat suit. But the thing is, at the end of your shift, you tend to be relaxing, right? And then you're degowning. And if you're degowning yourself without another person watching you, you probably touch the outer surface. And then without knowing it, maybe you rub your eyes, rub and your nose, and then that's how you got the virus. So I think it's very important that people who wear this hazmat suit receive sufficient training how to degang this thing. Degowning is very important because all the service has some type of virus, right? If you work in the ICU. So it's very important they know how to degang it. And of course, you need another person to wash you when you degang it. If you touch the outer surface, you have to wash your hands right away, because otherwise you touch something else, you probably bring the virus to another surface area. So basically here, this is I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't know where it's an international airport in Russia, and all this medical personnel in hazmat suit, basically at the airport doing some coronavirus preventive measures. So it seems like they take it very seriously. If they're doing something like that in Russia, that means the epidemics is pretty serious. I'm guessing even in Russia. So we'll see. I don't know. And I want to show you some video that will be just to give you FYI. It will be very disturbing. So let's take a look of this. So this is the hospital in Iran. And look at this, how many bodies? 1, 2, 3, 4 already there, right? And also there's number 5 in there. Number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, maybe this is children. I'm sorry. I mean, this is so disturbing, man. And then, oh my God, goodness. You can't even count how many. I lost count. This is horrible. Insane. Totally insane. Look at that. So this is like earlier days of China. I don't know if you follow my channel, you probably see some of this video. It's got, oh my goodness, oh, there's another room on that. Oh my God. This is very disturbing, I'm telling you. What is this thing? Do they put the body in a paper box? Oh my God. So this is very disturbing. I don't know. This is in Iran. So I don't know. This is so sad. So I hope it will not happen in some other country, and I hope everything will not be like that. I mean, that is very disturbing. Just let me give you some update about what's going on in the U.S. So Florida declared the state of emergency. They have 2 potential cases in Tampa Bay, and one Sarasota and Hillsborough County as well. And of course, nursing home outbreak in Seattle, everybody knows. And that's been a potential, there's a hidden spreader in the community. And I'm not sure if the healthcare workers exposed to a hidden spreader in the community, or the healthcare worker travel somewhere else overseas and bring the virus back to the nursing home. I'm not sure. That we have to find out. So if we couldn't find the source of infection, that would be very serious, because there's a hidden spreader in the community spreading the virus like wildfires. Until you can locate the sources of infection, you would expect that there will be a blow up eventually. So for the doubling time is I think based on the experience in China, every 4 days, every 5 days, or every 4 to 5 days, there's a doubling of cases. With the reproductive rate, R naught is 4. That means one person can potentially transmit to 4 people. And we haven't taken into consideration of a super spreader. A super spreader can spread to 10 or more people. So I don't know if you still remember the case in the UK, that UK guy went to the conference in Singapore, and then when he go on a ski trip, and then he went on spreading to 11 people, unfortunately. And of course, in the church of that church in Korea, that one woman spread to around 30 to 40 people in the church. I think the service, they only have spent 2 hours in the church service, I guess. Yeah. And the F5 tower in downtown Seattle got shut down because an employee had been in contact with an individual who tested positive for coronavirus. So they have to shut down to clean the building, I guess. And also the USPS postal worker in the state of Washington also got tested positive for coronavirus. So people are joking that we have to be careful with our mail, right? I don't know. And so in terms of the genome sequencing, based on the sequencing and the study, the coronavirus basically started circulating since mid-January in the state of Washington. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, there's so much international travel, and there's so much the so-called self-quarantine. Do you really believe those people self-quarantine? Take it seriously? I don't think so. They probably, when they need something in the store, they probably go to the store, and then they didn't realize that they are contagious, even though with no symptoms. They still go to the store and do shopping, go to the post office. They may in fact eventually spreading the virus to other people. And in terms of the binding, there's an ACE2 receptor in your respiratory tract. This is where the coronavirus bind to those receptors and get into your cells, and then they start to replicate, viral replication inside your body. In terms of the affinity of binding, that's mean affinity, how can I explain it? It's more powerful than SARS, like 10 times powerful. That means the virus, they can bind to the ACE2 receptor 10 times more likely than SARS. Like that is not good. That is not good at all. And of course, South Korea, they tested around 200,000 cases already, and in the U.S. so far only tested 3,000 people. Seriously, they should step up the testing. Without testing, we don't know. And then without testing or delayed testing, it will have a dire consequences to a lot of healthcare workers. One thing, because remember the case in UC Davis, that lady got I think admitted in a small community hospital, and then the patient condition decline, require more advanced care, so they intubate the patient and then they transfer to UC Davis. But the thing is, the person who intubated the patient at the time doesn't know that lady has coronavirus. So I doubt that person or the supporting personnel wear N95 during the intubation, right? And during intubation part, there is during intubation for coronavirus patient or SARS patients, those are high risk procedure for healthcare workers, because during intubation there's a lot of aerosol coming out. So those aerosol can be potentially transmitted to the healthcare workers. So that is very dangerous procedure, basically. Those are high-risk procedure for the SARS and coronavirus patient. I do hope the healthcare worker takes this seriously. Don't try to be a hero. You got to protect yourself before you can protect your patient, before you can care for your patient. If you get sick, then nobody is going to care for the patient, right? So I think just follow all the necessary procedure. I know some healthcare worker don't have enough education because I don't know why. I don't know. So make sure you educate yourself and protect yourself, okay? And I don't mean you need to be panicked, but educate yourself and protect yourself. That's all I can say. And because of that, the lady who transferred to UC Davis, because of the delay of testing, I think it takes about, I think the delay is 7 days. Basically, the delay was delayed by 7 days. That is serious. 7 days, a lot of things could happen. And then now they have to quarantine 124 healthcare workers who has contact with this patient. That is insane. So they quarantine 124 healthcare workers. So the thing is, right now already have a shortage of nursing and all this healthcare personnel. And can you afford to quarantine so many people? Just one patient? Just one patient, you have to quarantine 124 healthcare worker. I don't think it's sustainable, right? If you have a epidemics, this is not going to be sustainable. So I don't know what to say, man. Let me know what you think about all this. I mean, Are you concerned about this? And are you happy with what's going on? Oh, I forgot something. CDC, okay, CDC is supposed to have a briefing today, but then they postponed it without abruptly postponed the coronavirus press briefings, and they didn't say any reason why. But this White House spokesperson saying that CDC have to participate in the afternoon briefing today with Vice President Mike Pence. So I hope that after the briefing with the Vice President, they don't downplay all this stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure. So they downplayed this on day one already, right? So we'll see. Maybe there's a number of cases. The number is so alarming they cannot announce it. I'm just speculating. I'm not sure. But I couldn't say anything further. Otherwise, I'll get banned again. So you never know because they will say I misinformation or whatever. So we don't know. People just speculating. And the thing is, like CDC today also removed information on the website that detail how many people in the country had tested for the virus. Now only display the confirmed case. So before they're pretty transparent. They would tell you how many people in the country has been tested for the virus. And I mean, that's more transparent, right? But I mean, are they trying to hide information from the general public? I don't know what's going on. And of course, CDC has not responded why they, remove all the information on the website. So let me know what you think about all this coronavirus. Do you think CDC is not very transparent? And are you happy with CDC? And let me know what you think about the potential rate cut. Maybe do you think the stock market will go higher? And also comment below about Jack Dorsey. Do you think he's going to stay as a CEO in Twitter? So please comment below what do you think about all this. I would love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel. Also share with your friends. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out the upcoming token swap or token stacking process. And remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in cryptocurrency, stock market, or commodity can have inherent risk. Please use your due diligence. I'm not a healthcare provider. So if you have any questions or concern about coronavirus, please consult your doctor. And this video is only for informational and entertainment purposes only.